Yeah.
Welcome to the channel. You're watching Texas Silver by popular demand. I have my buddy Adam back. He was in a video, I think 2 videos ago. He came over, borrowed my crossbow, and he's going again, I guess what, tomorrow?
Yeah, heading out. A few more days crossbow. Rifle season starts Saturday.
Yeah, so my place is, I guess, on the way, and so he didn't have to, I guess he can sleep in a little bit for his hunt. But so how was the bow? You got a kill with it, right?
You know, I showed up a few weeks ago and didn't know which end the bolt came out of the crossbow. hour and a half lesson, and we were good to go. A little target practice and took down a beautiful whitetail, put meat in the freezer. So
Nice.
Thank you so much, Aaron, for your generosity. He's a great teacher, be it metals, crossbow, hunting, weapons, whatever. Listen to this man.
Appreciate it. The crossbow. What's the importance of that in your opinion? But besides, you know, could that be used for anything else? You think, or because there's a reason I got it. I got it for that, but also, you know, it's quiet.
It's relatively silent. You can theoretically reuse the bolts. What else would you say? It's a deadly weapon within 40 yards.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was able to, what did I take a shot at? Like 60 yards?
Yeah.
And it was pretty much dead center. So they're very accurate. I actually have a video out about it. It's probably 2-3 years old. Check it out. But yeah, crossbow for individuals that aren't allowed to have lead slingers, look at it. They're very accurate, very deadly, very proficient in killing. So
Yeah.
But anyway, so he's hunting tomorrow, but he wanted to come back on the show, had a bunch of positive comments about him. Adam is very brilliant when it comes to charts and all that stuff that is beyond my wheelhouse. That's why I watch a lot of videos, because there's a lot of people that are smarter than me. I understand what they're talking about, but I don't know all the technical stuff. And he'll send me charts, screenshots of charts, and I'm like, yes, is that good or bad? And he's like, it's good, bro. I'm like, okay, cool. So he understands all that, at least way more so than I do, and probably than your average person. But so we're going to talk about the metals. I guess it's been what, week and a half. The metals have been taking a beating. So let's talk about that.
We've had a major pullback and consolidation. A lot of it seems like manipulation, naked shorting by the major banks, record 84 million shares short on SLV. And what they do is they short the hell out of these ETFs. They wipe out stop losses. Then the tourist traders, they sell, they get panicked. And then these banks buy back the physical when the price drops.
So would you be selling your metal right
Absolutely not. No, I received a panicked phone call 2 days ago from a friend that's just gotten into the metals game. And first I told him to take a deep breath. Second, open up TradingView, zoom out, always zoom out to the monthly or the yearly, and look at all the S&P leaders right now. NVIDIA, AMD, Microsoft, Apple, etc. Every single one of these leaders goes through pullback and consolidation. Nothing goes up in a straight line. It's healthy. Right. You need the consolidation to accumulate buyers, to wipe out the tourist traders, and eventually it resumes upward.
So what's a tourist trader for those who aren't familiar with that?
You know, somebody not passionate about metals,
Right.
that's not stacking the physical, that's trading these silly ETFs like SLV instead of Sprout funds or some of the others that are you can recommend a little more highly. Of course, we are skewed toward the physical, always buying the physical.
Right.
But these are not people that are looking to hold physical metals for the next 2 decades, 3 decades.
Right, because they don't understand why they're buying it. It's just a fad or something they're hearing about, and so it's the latest, you know, what's the word that I'm looking for? Asset class that is, you know, exploding. So they want to get in on the action, but they don't even know why. So yes, when silver has and gold has a big pullback, they're like, oh crap, I made a mistake, and so they're selling. So that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, we were talking about the 2008 crash and pulled up the S&P chart. I believe in 2008, early 2008, late 2007, it topped out around $170, the S&P. By sometime in 2009, it was down to 50 some odd dollars. I mean, that is almost a 50% pullback. So you had people that were selling into that loss. It may have taken them a decade to recover those losses. So when you see these pullbacks, look at it as an opportunity to accumulate more physical. Don't be discouraged, because that is just part of healthy market activity.
Well, and what we're seeing is paper.
Exactly.
Okay, because everything that I'm hearing, I know it was on JB's video. He was talking about it. Jeremiah Babe, good friend of mine. Check out his channel. But he was talking about, and I saw it too on SD Bullion. They have a note on there saying, expect delays. They don't even tell you how long. So the last purchase I made, I think it took me 2 weeks to get it, and that was near a month ago. So who knows? It could take a month, month and a half, 2 months, before you see your metals. Hopefully you see them before 2026.
You're right. They're paper traded markets, and there really are two markets in the world right now. There are the Western paper traded markets, and then there are the Eastern physically traded markets. India is selling out of silver. South Korea just announced a major stake in gold in their economy. You have China accumulating massive amounts of silver and gold, the physical. So you see these paper markets in the West decline. Meanwhile, people are buying as much physical as they can. Yeah. And these are countries with billions of people and hundreds of millions of investors.
Well, and it's not just the people. Obviously, the United States as a whole hasn't woke up to this. They don't understand it. The East does. But your biggest buyers are your central banks. And that's who is running and controlling interest rates, the money policies, everything. And so I'm going to do what they're doing. And they've been putting back gold and now even silver with Russia. But they've been putting back the most amount of gold in, I think, most modern history, last 4 or 5 years. So I'm going to do what they're doing. I don't touch the crypto stuff. I know you dabble in it, but I want something that's real tangible in my hands. I want to touch whatever, whatever my wealth. I want to be able to touch it, hold it. I want something real.
Yeah, and something with industrial use in everything from telecommunications to weapons to aerospace. It's vital. Silver is needed in basically anything with any conductivity because it has the highest conductivity of any metal. And gold's in a lot of these components too. I know it's a silver channel, but metals in general.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I have a little bit of gold. I think that silver is going to outperform gold. And now, more so than ever, now there's the argument of it being a strategic metal because it's used in all these electronics and military weapons and all that, and it's an industrial metal, and it's a monetary metal. So I think I talked about this on my last video, or maybe one before, but life as we know it for the most part would not continue without silver, and it's being consumed, and everyone is trying to gobble it up. The United States just classified it, or they're looking at classifying it as a critical mineral. So if they do that, the U.S. is going to come in and buy a bunch. But yeah, all the big money is buying these up. And by the time Americans wake up to it, I don't think there's going to be any to buy or very little, or you're going to be paying astronomical fiat to get these metals.
And it's only encouraged by ideas like the Green New Deal. EVs, solar panels, alternative energies, all of these require silver. And now we have the explosion of AI, quantum computing, and data centers, which need these metals. Now, tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central, I believe, is the rate cut announcement. And I believe it's a 90% chance or something that they are going to cut rates again. So the money printing continues. Silver and gold, as scarce as silver is, it doesn't even have to go up. All they have to do is print more money, which makes silver more valuable and debases the US dollar. Foreign countries, central banks around the world do not want to park their money in treasuries because as these rates go down and the dollar's debase, it simply is a less safe place for them to park billions of dollars. So they are going to go to alternative assets.
Right. Well, and the thing is, we keep saying the dollar is still the world's reserve currency, but less than half of the world holds that over gold. So now gold has taken the place of the dollar. So, people always say, when is the crash coming? I mean, we're looking at it in real time. It just, we're going to look back and it's going to happen like that as we look at it. I know it seems slow while we're living through it, but I mean, this is just over the last year or two, just this thing has accelerated, and I think it's just going to speed up from here. So get these metals if you want them. Again, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial planner, advisor, neither is Adam. That's just what he's doing. I'm doing. Buddies, friends of mine that will listen, anyone that I come in contact with, I give them the silver story, and some drink the Kool-Aid and some don't. And I think people are going to regret not owning physical metals when all this falls apart.
Sure. And now we were just talking about this Hurricane Melissa approaching Jamaica with record 250 mile an hour winds or whatever. What happens when the power gets knocked out? What happens when you need some sort of alternative currency? Industry could be wiped out. God only knows what's going to happen to that island and other islands. So yeah, it's all about the whole scope of preparedness. The food, the water, the brass, the copper, the lead.
Well, and coming back to the crossbow and being able to hunt game and clean game and all that, I don't know what the percentage is, but I have a feeling it's probably a low percentage of adult males or maybe even females in America that know how to, put up a trot line or fish with lures or, clean an animal.
Sure. Yeah. Survival.
Yeah. So it's about skills too. It's not just, there are certain things that you can't throw money at. I don't care how much money you have. Certain things like you have to learn. You can't learn a skill by, throwing money at it. You have to do the research or be taught by someone or whatever. Like you have to put in the hard work. Just like going to jiu-jitsu. You can't just pay someone and all of a sudden, you're a black belt in jiu-jitsu. You have to put in the time in the gym. You have to put in the time. There's certain skills that you just, you can't buy with money. You have to put in the work.
Yeah. And, sometimes you come over to your buddy's place and hit the range and think you know how to shoot a weapon and draw quickly, and then you get bullied. But, you have to humble yourself every now and again and take the lumps. Actually, Aaron is a gracious teacher. But, that's all part of building skills.
Yeah, but it's also like, you're not going to know everything. I'm not going to know everything. So it's about the circle, the community that you build, because, you need someone that has medical skills. You need someone that knows how to hunt and clean game. You need someone that knows how to grow food, yes, of course, you can learn all these things, but I think we're running out of time if something were to go down, or something like this hurricane that comes through, that you got to be prepared for. You don't have time when you have a hurricane that's barreling down on you. So it's about who you surround yourself with and having different people in your group that have these skills that are important. And so that's why you should be vetting these people, make sure that they're solid individuals. And I hate to put it this way, but what do you bring to the table? Because you're not just going to come here and mooch. If not, you'll be working in the garden, washing dishes, something. But yeah, you need to bring a skill to the table. So the more skills that you have, you're going to make yourself that much more valuable for your group, or however it goes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we were just getting back to silver. We were talking a little bit about this pullback, the naked shorting, the spoofing, all the financial mechanisms that these banks use to draw down the silver price. And I was looking it up the other day. I believe the total amounts fined for banks like JP Morgan, HSBC, Deutsche Bank, etc., exceeds $1.3 billion. It seems like a lot of money, but they're making billions on these shorts, drawing these markets down and then sucking out the physical. And I saw JP Morgan, one of the largest silver shorts in history, projected $6,000 gold by 2028 or something.
Right. I think it was one of the banks. Don't quote me on. I think it was Citibank. I could be wrong on that, but they were one of the banks that did the big shorts. Mm-hmm. And then I think they were predicting next year $63, $64 silver. So sure. Don't get scared. The weak hands are going to sell their silver, or they're just going to, buy the paper stuff, buy the physical, keep it in your possession. Just strong hands. Mine's not for sale for a long time, more than likely. But so you have anything else on that, or we're going to move on with this?
I bought more physical on
Nice.
These pullbacks, dollar cost averaging, as I saw the market go down. Not a lot, because was accumulating in the late teens, early 20s. But I still believe in the physical, getting as much as you can get your hands on before this consolidation and pullback goes back into explosion mode.
That's what I was going to talk about. So the difference, what's going on now with these explosion in prices and the pullbacks, back in 80, 81, whatever it was, I wasn't even born in 80, so obviously I didn't know about it, but I've looked at charts, but it looks like it just went parabolic and came down. Same thing happened in, 2011. Same thing, went parabolic and got slammed down really quick. So what it's done this time is it started to go, I don't know that I call it parabolic, but it was going up quickly. And it got slammed down, but now it's kind of trading sideways, which is healthy, good, right? Because then we're establishing a floor, and then from here, hopefully go up.
Yeah.
Is that
back in the 80s, you had two patriotic Texans named the Hunt brothers,
right,
who started accumulating and creating a lot of interest. At that time in America, I mean, how many silver investors were there? Not a lot. Now the entire world is accumulating, so it's a completely different market scenario.
Right.
But the big banks got together, colluded, probably with the Chicago Board of Trade, COMEX, LBMA, who knows, and they overnight raised margin rates on the Hunt brothers astronomically. They also changed the rules that said that they could only sell their derivatives contracts. They could not accumulate anymore to drive that market. So there was wholesale collusion. Eventually, I believe there were congressional hearings on what these banks did. And again, these banks just shake off these fines. But they wiped those guys out. They declared bankruptcy.
Right.
They went from, billionaires to nothing.
Right. So long story short, this is different this time from the 80s, 2011s, and then now. Mm-hmm. So I think it's just going to keep going up from here. Because I was starting to worry because it kept going up and up and up. And I was like, we need this to cool off, because I knew if it went straight up, it was going to come back down. One other thing that I wanted to go over, I know this is being talked about a lot on social media, and there have been some channels that are covering this, but apparently with the government shutdown, the food stamps, EBT, whatever you want to call it, is going away, I guess, November 1st. And on social media platforms, there are people saying whether they get it back or not, they're going to go robbing Walmarts, grocery stores, individuals. So I kind of want to go over my take on it, what I would do to kind of prepare for that, to avoid that, keep yourself safe in that situation. But, I don't know if they're just doing this to prove a point, or if, I don't know what it is. I think a lot of it is just, screw the administration, and they're just out, they're angry that, the hardworking people aren't going to pay for their stuff anymore. Granted, obviously there are some people out there that do need it, but I think for the most part it's abused. And I think most of these people probably can work and they're just used to the handouts, and they want rich people that work to pay for their crap. But these are some things that I came up with. This was just off the top of my head. Do what you want to with it, but I would try and go now, especially if you need groceries. Get ahead of this. That way you're not going November 1st, 2nd to the store and run the risk of running into someone that's going to try and take your stuff, because apparently they're actually coming up to people and just taking groceries out of their basket and throwing it in their car and taking off. Anything on that?
You may want to avoid the HEB on East Riverside in Austin, but as any situation, especially in a large city, keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
Don't be buried in your phone on
put your phone
Instagram
down,
or whatever people do now on their phone.
Yeah. I would
situational awareness.
Yeah, situational awareness. If you're a female, I would bring someone else with you, preferably a male. Not one that has a man bun and skinny jeans, one that's maybe a warrior. I would bring some sort of lead slinger if you're able to carry that. If not, pepper spray, something.
Yeah, the crossbow might take you a little while to reload.
Right.
Yeah. Seconds could be lost.
Yeah, don't bring a crossbow.
Yeah.
Also, probably not smart to go at night, because most crime happens at night. Try and park up front. And
this is another argument to maybe hit a farmer's market or support a local meat producer, as opposed to eating that garbage in the middle of the supermarket. It's going to kill you faster than slower. But yeah, this it could have major impacts, especially in a lot of these northern cities. I don't know about Texas outside of major metropolitan areas.
Yeah, I don't know that it's going to be a big issue here, but either way, you always want to be prepared. That's why I talk about jiu-jitsu on the channel, your lead slingers, just all that stuff. That's why we talk about this, because I think social unrest, all this stuff that's going on, is just going to get worse as this happens, because people are becoming desperate, and people that are desperate do desperate things. People that lose everything lose it. So just be careful out there, head on a swivel. Again, bring someone with you, and someone to watch your back. But
sure.
Anything else?
No, that's it. Take this silver pullback as an opportunity to stack a little bit more physical, and don't be discouraged. Again, look at those charts, zoom out. You'll see Apple, Microsoft, Exxon, they've all had similar pullbacks.
Yeah, just be careful where you buy your metals from. Now that this is becoming bigger and bigger, you're going to have more scams out there, stuff like that. Go to a reputable dealer. I shop at SD Bullion, JM Bullion, Texas Precious Metals. I have a code down in the description if you want to buy from them. It'll give you $20 off your first order if you want to shop with them. I like all their Texas stuff, and it's a Texas company, so I like to support them. But I'm not associated with SD or JM. I've just bought from them. I know they're good companies. Anyone else that you buy from, or?
Stick with SD, Texas Precious. I rolled over a retirement account through SD. They were super helpful. Customer service is outstanding. Another tell, though, it's taking a little bit longer to fill orders. On the physical that I bought a couple weeks ago, still waiting on it.
Yeah, it hadn't even shipped. Hasn't sent you
It hasn't shipped yet.
Okay, and that was what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a feeling you ain't gonna see anything for probably a month, even the ship, and then it's gonna take time to get there. But
Sure.
we're gonna leave it at that. Thanks again, Adam, for stopping by. He's like, we're making a video. I was like, okay, all right, I'll put you on the show. So
Appreciate the hospitality.
Yeah, of course. So that's it. Thanks for sharing, liking the videos, commenting, all that stuff. Be careful out there, and stay safe. God bless.